everyone, welcome to another exciting recipe. In this video I'll be showing you how to make those crunchy spring rolls. So let's get right into the video, shall we? First off, we'll be making the filling. Into a pan, I added in some vegetable oil, about 2 tablespoons, and added in my chopped onions. I did not chop the onions too small because it's vegetable spring rolls and I want the chunkiness of the onions. I stirred it for a bit and added in some ginger and garlic paste. I proceeded to add in the cabbage. This cabbage was finely and neatly sliced. I'm just going to stir this for a bit and go in with the carrots. You can either chop, slice, or grate the carrots depending on how you want it. When I'm making my spring rolls, I like it with a crunch, so I do not fry this for too long. So just toast it for a bit and proceed to add in the spices. We are not doing too much. Just a seasoning cube, some mixed spices, some salt, and some black pepper. You can use scotch bonnet depending on how hot you like it. After stirring it for about a minute, I went ahead to add in some green bell peppers. The bell peppers enhances the flavor because it is mild and has a sweet flavor. After about a minute, our filling is ready. Like I mentioned earlier, we do not want it to overcook because we want it to still be crunchy. So we're just going to set this aside to cool off, then we'll make our dough. For this recipe, we'll be using the dough method, so I'm just going to measure about 2 cups of flour and sift it into a bowl. Then I went ahead to add in 1 teaspoon of salt. Go ahead to mix it to combine, then add in some water. I'll be adding in water in bits to achieve a soft dough. When you add the water bit by bit, it's easy to control the dough, but when you add the water too much, it might end up ruining the dough and you might not be able to salvage it. So our dough is coming together nicely. We're just going to go ahead to keep on mixing. The dough should be soft but not too soft. It shouldn't be sticky at all to touch. It should be soft and elastic, just like this. After the dough is formed, we're going to cover this and let it rest for about 30 minutes. The resting part makes the gluten settle adequately. So after about 30 minutes, it's time for us to roll our dough. So we're just going to flour our worktop and place the dough right on top of it. So using your divider or your scraper, proceed to divide this into about 8 equal parts. You can use your scale to measure to ensure that they are all equal, or you can just eyeball it like this. So one after the other, we're going to make them into balls by pressing and folding them in just like this. Tucking the edges, then tuck them all in from side inwards. This method makes it easier to form the round shape. And make sure to flour the dough as you go because we want everything to turn out perfect. So proceed to repeat the same process for the remaining dough. You're going to tuck them all in and then press, turn it upside down like so, press again, and there you have it. Then one after another, after rolling them all out into rounds like so, you're going to take it and roll it in circular motion. This helps to increase the width from a small circle to a larger one. Roll the rolling pin in a round motion just like so. You should get a flat dough like this. Ensure it is flat but not too flat. Like this is just perfect. Proceed to roll the remaining dough out just like we did previously, and ensure to flour as you go because it's very important. It stops it from sticking to each other. So for the stacking stage, we're going to be stacking them on each other. Firstly, you're going to add in some oil. I'll be using my hands to rub it all in to ensure that all the sides are coated with oil. You can use a brush if you like. After adding the oil, proceed to add on some flour on top of it, enough flour to coat it. Then stack it again with another dough. Repeat the same process. Rub it with some oil, add in flour, stack again with another dough. We're going to stack this in 4s. Remember, we have 8 dough in total. When stacking the 4th dough, you're not going to coat it with oil because that's the topmost part. At this point, just press it down slightly, just like this. Go ahead to repeat the same process for the remaining dough. Stack them in 4s just like we did earlier by coating with some oil and flour before stacking the rest. Then proceed to press it down just like so. Sprinkle on some flour on your work surface and roll the dough out. We're going to roll this out till it's very flat. We're going to get a very wide dough from this. The flatter it is, the thinner the sheet, and we want thin sheets, so you roll it as wide as possible. For this part, you just need to take your time. It doesn't require too much force or effort. Just play with it, play with the rolling pin and roll it out gently. At this point, we've rolled it out enough, so I'm just going to put it in a heated pan. Making a spring roll sheet, if you have a tower pan, it makes it better, but you can use a frying pan like this if you do not have the flat tower pan. Make sure to do this on low heat and flip it when it starts to bubble, just like this. If you do not flip it right in time, the outer sheet might get too hard and break. You can see how it bubbles on the inside. You know that our sheet is on the right track. At this point, you can take it out of the pan, and we're going to place this plate on top because we want to get a perfect circle. And trimming out the edges makes it easier to peel off the different layers. So using a pizza cutter, I'm just going to be trimming out the rough edges. So go ahead and divide it into about 4 parts, just like so. There are different sheet types for making spring rolls, but this is my most preferred sheet type. Spring roll is one of those snacks that look difficult to make, but trust me, it's easy when you get a hang of it. So as you can see here, our spring roll sheets are ready. You can also use these same sheets for samosas as well, or even meat pockets. You can see how it comes off easily. When it's properly oiled and floured, you're not going to have any problem while taking it out like so. At this point, our vegetable filling has cooled off completely, so it is time for us to wrap it into the sheets. I'll just be spooning a bit of the filling into the sheets just like this. So this is the triangle. The wider part should be facing you. Add in the filling, fold it in the 2 sides just like this, fold it and add in the sealant. The sealant is a combination of water and flour in the same proportion. The sealant is very important because it glues it perfectly and it doesn't open up in the oil. So proceed to fry these on medium heat. Make sure your oil is hot enough before tossing in the spring rolls. The spring rolls fry fast, so it doesn't take too long. When it's golden brown like so, just take it out of the oil immediately onto a paper towel so that it takes out any excess oil from the spring rolls. And there you have it, just like that. You just made for yourself some delicious homemade spring rolls. It is light, crunchy on the outside, delicious on the inside. Just listen to this, listen. Let me know if you'll be trying this method of making spring rolls. If you're not yet subscribed, please do subscribe, like this video, share, and leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you.